Welcome back to the channel.
Today we are going to the Walt Disney Family Museum right outside of San Francisco.
Yeah, so if you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe.
Come get lost with us.
We've made it to the Walt Disney Family Museum. It's in like this block of other residences.
This is the bus yesterday was over in this very neighborhood. I want to say like 2 streets over that way.
Yep.
So I think from that bus stop you probably could walk over here because it's pretty fairly level down here by the beach. It's not as like crazy hills.
Yeah. Check out the Academy Award for the 7 Doors. It's pretty neat. Look at these. The amount of awards that are here is expansive. This is an interesting line by Walt. When he's looking at cartoons, he felt that he was too late. He should have been in the business 6 years before. Never give up, yo. Never give up. So we're sitting over here and looking over some of the kind of like 1930s stuff. So they moved from Hyperion to Burbank. And we actually drove past the Burbank studios in another video.
We sure have a few times actually.
Yeah, it's pretty close to the other side of the mountain for the Hollywood sign if you're looking for it. But you can see that in the show notes below. So what do you think so far?
It's been cool. It's very quiet. It's actually quite busy too for a Thursday.
Yeah, I got a tour group going through, so we're just hanging out for a little bit to try to let them pass. This is the actual character model that they used for Jiminy Cricket in the studio. That is so cool. Look at that. That's pretty neat too. It's an animated cell they made of him. So this is the original.
People mover.
Yeah. Teacups. Adventureland, Fantasyland, Frontierland. Look at that Pirates ride. I love the hitchhiking ghost by the Haunted Mansion right there.
I know. Way back there.
Yeah, that's really cool. The people mover little buggies are in there, like you said. It's fascinating that it's like moving and static.
So cool.
Autopia. Really, really neat. The boat. It's interesting that he shows the orange trees on the outside. Yeah. The castle in the middle lit up with fireworks. Once you get to the bottom, there is the multiplane camera. Apparently you can do 5 different levels of planes, but that's how big it is. Look at that in comparison. Look at that. Get another shot of that camera. You can see there's basically the forest, and there's the birds flying. And there's the next thing, which I'm not 100% sure what it is. But there's the camera. This is so massive, and again, they can go up to 5 planes. So this is only 3. If you head around back, you'll see the dogs and cats. Building 122. This is their special exhibitions. That's so cute. The bond between Bolt and Penny. Poor Bolt and his complex thinking he's a real superhero. All right, we just finished the Walt Disney Family Museum. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. We've spent about 2 hours here.
Yeah. And it was a good experience. Like the first part, it depends. You want to go through Walt's history. You want to go to the history of animation. You got a bunch of different avenues you can kind of explore here. And you could take more time too.
Yeah, we kind of rushed through a little bit, I guess. There was some.
I don't think so. We took our time.
There were some aspects you could have sat down and like maybe watched a couple of videos, but overall it was nice. It was a really nice way to spend the afternoon because we kind of wanted to take it easy after our crazy day yesterday.
Yeah, and you're really close to the Golden Gate Bridge, so if you want to take a tour over there, this could be an opportunity to leave from there to go over there.
Definitely.
Now we're going to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of our day. I know what you're saying to yourself. It doesn't look like we're on Dagobah, but I think we're on Dagobah.
Really?
Yeah. You'll find out what I mean in a few minutes. So we're just talking while we're sitting here, kind of waiting before we finish our whole journey to Dagobah. But we were talking about the Walt Disney Museum. One of the interesting things we found was like the amount of times that Disney got to redo. Like he failed a lot, but he also had the opportunity to try again.
And nowadays it's really hard. Like if you fail, you don't typically get a second chance unless you have somebody financially backing you.
Yeah, and a lot of money. And something interesting too, Nacy said along the way when we were in one of the rooms, it was just kind of, sorry about that, I totally blanked. So one of the things when we saw like the animators, he took his animators to animation school so that they would get better. So it was like he had these people who were good at certain things but not others, and he would literally develop those skills in other areas where he thought they could excel.
He invested in them
and
saw their potential. And I don't feel like you get that. And you might get that in some very rare instances and some maybe startup companies. But nowadays in a studio or a major corporation, like they claim that they want to invest in their talent, but you never really see that come to fruition. Whereas I feel like Disney really invested in his people and he wanted to make them better, and he saw that they could do more and he wanted them to be able to do that. So he even personally drove them to these animation classes so that they could learn and be better.
Right, think about today, if you get hired for a project, you're already expected to know how to learn how to draw, you're already expected to know how to produce, do all of those things, whereas back in the day you had the opportunity to like improve and grow. So I think that's one of the reasons why Hollywood's struggling so much now. They just expect these inherited folks to know how to do everything, and they don't want to bring anybody in from the outside that's creative and wants to expand the idea. And I think Walt Disney was definitely open to that.
He was definitely a visionary when it came to that kind of stuff. Now, I have read some stories from like people who have worked with him that state he was a really difficult person to work with.
Yeah.
So I definitely think there's got to be truth in that too. Like I doubt he was like Mr. Pleasant 24/7, but just the fact that he invested in his people, I think, goes miles beyond what we see nowadays.
Yeah, and definitely a different approach too that we're not seeing anymore. So we're gonna hang out here for a little bit, and then we're gonna head over to Dagobah. Look at these interesting red chairs across this lawn. Kind of area. There's Nacy chilling on one. There's the Disney Museum in the distance on the right, and the lodge over there is a hotel. Guy honking at seagulls. Chilling like a villain.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. This is our trail so far. Got some interesting plants over here. Look at those. They're kind of cactus-esque. That's neat. So this area here used to be a hospital. So this is like an old hospital when soldiers were coming back from war. I'm guessing Vietnam. Pretty neat.
Old hospitals are creepy.
You're a connoisseur of hospitals.
I'm a connoisseur of creepy old hospitals too, because I don't usually get a choice of where I go.
To Dagobah we have made it. I guess I missed it there. Anyways, I'm not going to do that because I'm not very good at it. Check out Yoda. That's pretty neat. It's Yoda, man. This is apparently where LucasFilm used to be. I don't think they're still here. Are they?
I think they're supposed to still be here.
Oh.
Let's see C-3PO in the window.
Ha! Yeah, look at that. You can see C-3PO up there in the window. That's cool. You wait on that. It's kind of interesting. Of all the characters that he could have picked, he decided Yoda as the fountain piece. With, of course, C-3PO looking through the window, but so many cool pieces. And they just hang around the back. Look at that. Interesting as he has like damage on his cloth there. Because it's old? Or did he take a lightsaber? I mean, apparently in the universe now you can survive lightsaber strikes. So maybe he survived a bunch of lightsaber strikes. Yeah, crazy, because it used to be a hospital, that's what Mason just said.
Crazy.
But it's by building B. And it's just right in this entryway here. Really nice lighting. And then, of course, make sure to look up to your right when you get here to see C-3PO waving at everybody. So this morning, we got to see an animation icon. This afternoon, we get to see a sci-fi icon.
Yeah.
So, you think this is where Lucasfilm was? Where they came up with those great video games, movies, all of those things. And then, of course, purchased by Disney. So fascinating. It's also interesting the amount of people that are wearing Star Wars t-shirts here. It's definitely a lot.
Because it's still here.
What's that?
Because Lucasfilms is still here.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, check out the art too.
They just took it yesterday. It was from the other tablet. Yeah. So when that tablet was they removed it. Sorry.
That is so cool.
Yeah. And I personally
Look at inside the building. They have the droid from Rogue One. They got some cool book cases. They got the Darth Maul saber. Look at this. They got some awards. R2 award. Ooh. Darth Vader's lightsaber. Princess Leia's gun. Han's gun. Lightsaber from Ben Kenobi. No, Kylo Ren. Oh, they have Luke's lightsaber. Look at that. Jango Fett's blasters. Look at this full-size Darth Vader. Look at all of these cool things. It's even about Chewie and Leia. Or, sorry, Princess Amidala. So while we were over there, I was able to go into the Skywalker Ranch. Is that what that was?
Yeah, it's called Skywalker Ranch.
Oh, so that was Skywalker Ranch. So I got to go into the lobby. Got some stuff from the lobby that you'll see. Looking at the android from Rogue One. Some master replica originals of the Star Wars lightsabers they made. Some of the weapons too. It's pretty cool. Nacy was waiting outside for the Uber, so she wanted to make sure you didn't leave us.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Skywalker Ranch?
I thought it was cool. I could see the R2 unit from like outside. I'd seen the C-3PO in the window. That was really cool too.
Yeah. We're heading back out. Where are we going, Nacy?
Ghirardelli Square.
Ghirardelli Square. All right, we're going to go check out the chocolate place.
And get some din.
And get some din-din. Something I've been meaning to show y'all. There's the sort of like the open plant area on top of the roof. You can't go out there and walk though, which is kind of sad. But that's kind of the in-between for this hotel that we're at. If you want to see the full walkthrough, check out their show notes. Our next stop of the day is Ghirardelli Square, the original Ghirardelli Chocolate and Ice Cream Shop. So they used to do all of their chocolate manufacturing in this area. They've actually moved it closer to the water now, but this is the original location. I don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of stuff going on right now. I'm a little confused. Look at the battleship out in the distance. Well, there's a tugboat looking one. There's like an old warship too out there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you can see in the distance there that old warship with the 3 masts. That's pretty neat. I've seen that from like all angles as we've been driving around San Francisco. There's the Ghirardelli Square sign. Let's go check it out. Yeah, check out this one. That's pretty cool. It's a littler one of the big version.
So because this is where the Ghirardelli factory used to be, this is actually the original ice cream shop as well.
Here's the Ghirardelli Square map. There's a tea house, a couple restaurants.
We're having dinner.
Yeah. Stay tuned for that. Pretty neat looking fountain here. I feel like there should be some seals involved in this display though. I see frogs. I don't see seals. Check out that chocolate in the distance, the chocolate bar, the cocoa building. That's really cool. And then that's Mushka. We're heading over to the Woolen Mill building for the chocolate experience. There is a subpar miniature golf experience downstairs. Look at them putt and go. Yeah, so the Ghirardelli Chocolate experience. Let's check it out. They got some Ghirardelli Christmas ornaments. You got some peppermint or milk chocolate caramel.
The cable car.
Yeah, that is neat. Look at that. It's in the cable car.
It's pretty cool.
They have a chocolate experience in here. I wonder what that involves. There's another shot of that boat that I was showing you earlier. It's a pretty good shot of it. I do think you can go on there. I'm just not 100% sure how. I think I've seen other vloggers talk about it. Oh, look at Alcatraz in the distance. We'll be there tomorrow. So if you want to see us go there, definitely subscribe to their channel. At the back, they have a Jackson and Polk, which is wine, cigars, and spirits.
Or you can get exotic oils and balsamic vinegars.
Ooh. Ah. Check out the brewing company. This reminds me of I think it's it is. Is it the San Francisco Giants Stadium where they have like a brick building on the one side? Just kind of reminds me of that. So downstairs we have the subpar miniature golf place. And then we have a arcade across the way. Grumpy cat, that's cute. Macy's exploring. I don't know what this thing is. This looks like a crusher of some sort. Fascinating.
It's a mill.
Yeah. Mason checking out the arcade. Oh, Beat Saber for life. Yeah, Guitar Hero, air hockey, some basketball and such. Check out the Nerf arcade game. I remember having that as a kid and being like a huge Nerf. You always used to lose the darts though. That was the problem with Nerf back in the day. This is the same Star Wars pinball game that was at that arcade place that we found on the pier. Check out that video in the show notes below. That's kind of interesting to be so close together and have the same arcade game. It's interesting that they say 1, 2, and 3 instead of 4, 5, and 6. It's kind of neat, the different little pieces to this machine. There's like a Death Star in the background. There's some fighting scenes. You got Chewie, Han, Leia, R2, Luke, C-3PO, who we saw this morning. Both R2-D2 and C-3PO.
So basically it was $5 to play the Beat Saber because 20 credits is $5.
$5, huh? Wow, that's crazy. Whew, that's expensive Beat Saber, y'all. Here's the McCormick's and Kuletos, seafood and steaks. There's also a Barrio, which is more of a Mexican restaurant. We checked that out too. We decided to go with the McCormick's today. Heading down to McCormick's, seafood and steak. Check out this view from our table, really nice. You really get a good look at the bay. And Alcatraz in the distance. Check out the inside, it's definitely an old school feel in here. It's interesting that the lights are boats bottoms basically upside down. That's kind of cool. So we do get to start out with a bowl of bread. Looks okay. We got 2 pieces though. And we'll be ordering some apps there in a sec. So this is supposed to be a Wagyu beef skewer with some poblanos on the end. And it has this interesting smelling cucumber... Pickled, like, I don't want to call it a salsa, but just kind of like pickled cucumbers maybe. So Nace's going to give the Wagyu a try. Let's see what she thinks of it. First taste on the sauce. Did you like it?
It didn't taste much sauce.
Alright. We got hangry Nace. You have to deal with that at the beginning of the video, everybody. Good. The Wagyu tasty?
So it's not really barbecue, it's not really sesame, it's not really soy. It's kind of like an interesting blend of the three. And the pickles are just like there's definitely a little bit of ginger and soy to the pickles. The pickles are good. It's not bad.
So I want to get one of the drinks on the menu, but apparently they went out of business. So this is a Pilsner that they have on the menu, and then Nacy got a cherry mule too. So that's our drinks for the evening. Nacy finishing up her Wagyu. I'm gonna give it a try. I finished the Wagyu skewer. The one thing I will say is that it was tasty. It definitely wasn't Wagyu. It was a little too rough of a meat to be Wagyu, so I don't believe that was actual Wagyu. But it is good. I don't know if it's worth 21 bucks though. We got some soups and salads coming out. We'll come get you when they get here. So here's my lobster bisque. I don't know what the green stuff is, y'all. I don't have any idea. There's Nacy's.
It did say there was a sherry wine in it, so maybe that's the sherry.
No, typically there's just sherry wine and it's red. But there's Nacy's Caesar salad. It looks
Very
good.
colorful.
Yeah, it looks really good, honestly. Let's see what Nacy thinks of her Caesar. Is it as good as the Golden Steer Fresh Made Caesar?
It's pretty tasty.
It's pretty tasty. Hey, we're gonna dig in and we'll come get you we'll come and get you before our meals come out, hopefully. So I finished my lobster bisque. She already took it. Sorry guys, I didn't get a picture of it. I ate most of it. It was good. Nice and creamy. It definitely had some cream in there. That sherry was tasty. I still don't know what the green thing was. It didn't really add much to the flavor, I don't think, but it didn't take anything away either. Nacy's salad, let me have a bite of that too. That's really good. It's a really solid Caesar salad too. So we've got some steaks coming out. We'll come and get you when they get here. I got the cowboy ribeye. Looks tasty. I got some truffle mac and cheese. And then Nacy got the steak frites, which look really tasty too.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. We had to pause. We had to cut into it for our server to see. But now we're back.
Truffle mac. And I got steak frites.
Steak frites, yeah. Give it a try. It's got the gravy on it. We got room service at one of the hotels and it had gravy on the steak frites too.
It's not great, but it's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
So let me know in those comments, this is a bad level of head, right? I mean, it's like 25% head. That is a really, really bad pour.
Well, because they're doing all the good pours for the wedding, so.
Yeah, there's a wedding going on right now, so we probably have the B team in here. Macy's nomming on her steak frites. She likes it. It's okay. It's not great. And my ribeye, it was decent, but it was more char grilled flavor than anything else. The mac and cheese is good. Very truffly if you like truffles. We've made it to Ghirardelli's after the steakhouse. So there's their menu. I'm gonna grab something. So we're gonna explore for a seat. So I got the mint one. That's nice. And this is Nacy's The Beach, which is a salted caramel one. These look really, really good and super tasty. What you thinking?
It's really good. It's caramel, sea salt, hot fudge, and then you get a little candy in it, and it's the sea salted caramel candy.
Tasty. That's what she looks like. I got the mint one. So there's like mint ice cream on top. There's a chocolate ice cream underneath it, and then you get the hot fudge with the whipped cream. Oh, this is tasty. I like it. So we're gonna finish up our Sundays. We'll come get you outside to talk about the steak experience as well as Ghirardelli's. All right, here's the damage. I finished mine. Nacy got into hers a little bit. She liked it. It's just a It's big. Honestly, it is big.
Yeah, I'm full.
And a lot of it's filled with like this chocolate fudge stuff instead of ice cream. I think if you ever get it, you'll be pleasantly surprised how much fudge is actually in it. Check out this big G out in the main area. Look at that. And then Nacy noticed something pretty cool. That's chocolate coming down the wall. That's a chocolate. Right? That's really cool. Now, is that real chocolate or do you think it's fake chocolate? They had one of these outside for the pressing of the cocoa beans. Milling, I guess? Grinding? Not sure the technical term there, but look at that. Fascinating. The one thing we have noticed here is that there are a lot of empty apartments in San Francisco. Like a lot of empty apartments. It's kind of crazy.
Yep, it's weird.
All right, we just finished up at Ghirardelli's. What did you think of the steak place first?
Steak place was okay. It had really spectacular views, but the food left me less than satisfied.
Yeah, the steak was okay. It was not worth. The meal ended up being $250 without a tip, so it was definitely expensive. And I would agree. I don't think it was worth it. The mac and cheese was really tasty. The steak was good.
The Wagyu sliders were the Wagyu skewer was tasty, but like you got nothing.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend skipping that for an app. There's probably other things in there that's a little more reasonable. This was $22.
Yeah.
And then come to find out that the same people that own this own Rainforest Cafe. So do with that information what you will.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go head back to the hotel.
Yeah, but I think this is going to conclude our video for the day.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed heading with us to the Walt Disney Museum, seeing where LucasFilm's, I think it's the sound area is.
Yeah.
And then heading down to Ghirardelli Square.
Yeah. Tomorrow is going to be kind of crazy. We're going to go to Alcatraz and try and ride the rail cars. So I'm sure you guys are looking out for future videos.
And subscribe to the channel if you want to see it. And don't forget to hit that notification bell.
Yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up.
Hit that subscribe button.
And make sure you ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come and get you all for the next one.
Ain't that the truth, baby?
Bye, everybody.